Hello everybody, it's Founder Rich here with a video that's not going to be quite as off the cuff that I normally do, but it's not going to be as organized as it should be. I'm going to do a deep dive into this album, the Minutemen, Double Nickels on the Dime. Now I just did a video, my top 20 albums from 1984, and this one I rated at number 12. Now, I got comments on my video that this is complete garbage, all the way to the other extreme that the Minutemen are as genius as the Beatles. Now, I'll admit, I only listened to side one of this album when I decided where to rank it. All the other albums, I listened to the complete albums. I have a hard time listening to this album all the way through, to be quite honest. So I thought this would be a deep dive on this album would be a good idea. Now, and I might do some other double albums. I may make this a regular thing, you know. Now, I took notes on the songs here, because I don't remember the song names, let alone on this. There's 45 songs on here, and I don't remember hardly any of them. And that's kind of weird. I remember song titles from like the 60s, the 70s, even the 80s, the 90s. But after that, it's like, I remember songs, but I don't really remember the titles. And I don't know if it's because of you get older, or there's other things in life involved. And as you get older, music doesn't play the same role in your life as it once did. I don't know. All I know is I don't remember maybe only two songs off of this whole album. So I do have notes, but they're not very well organized. So this video might suck. But anyways, let's get started. First 7 songs on side 1 on this actually are pretty good. The standout is Vietnam. It's a really funky song. And then the song following it is an acoustic instrumental, I believe. But the album starts off pretty strongly, you know. The 9th song is Don't Look Now. It's a recorded live, and it's not it's like an audience recording. It's not a good recording, and it shouldn't have been included in the album. Now, 10 is Shit from an Old Notebook. It's not a well-written song. It kind of reminds me to some of the songs that are on My War by Black Flag. And that's why that album did not make my top 20. The vocals don't match the music. I mean, the ending jam without the vocals are really good, though, on it. Number 11, Nature Without Man. It's just kind of the same as song 10, but the music isn't as interesting. The 12th and final song is One Reporter's Opinion. And I must say, at the end of this side, I'm thinking to myself, are the songs not as good as the first 7? Or is this starting to wear on me? So I went back and I re-listened to some of the first songs, and I would say the songs aren't as good. And side 1 is actually called side D. Side 2 is Mike. And, okay, I don't have it as organized here. I guess the political song for Michael Jackson to Sing is the name of the song. It's not a bad song, but the title of the song is probably the most original thing about the song, to be quite honest. Maybe Partying Will Help. It's very funky. The instrumental part at the end is the highlight of the song, though. Toadies has an interesting JB's guitar riff to it, you know. And then Retreat, the vocals suck. Then there's a rave up. The vocals suck again, and then there's a rave up again. That's, my assessment of that song. Now, halfway through side 2, I'm thinking it's not great lyrical writing or the vocal phrasing. It's not really that good. And at this point, I'm thinking this is a C plus at best and probably shouldn't have made my list. Then we go on to song 7, which is Corona. It's a great Mexican polka song, but the vocals are not that great. And then you got The Glory of Man. The music's good. The vocal writing, again, is really, I don't think it's that good. And we're going to turn the page. The 9th song is Take 5. It's a complete throwaway, in my opinion. The last 2 songs, My Heart Are the Real Word and History Lesson Part 2, are both very good songs. So side 2 ends very strong. And the History Lesson Part 2, there's a book I have, This Band Could Be Your Life, and I couldn't find it off. It's probably in a box. And the title of that book is taken from that song. And this band is featured in that book. Side 3, which is Side George. First song, You Need the Glory. It's a throwaway song. They start side 3 off with a throwaway song. Yikes. The Road of the Masses Could Be Farts. Musically, it's pretty good. Pretty interesting. I really like that song. The third song, Me Roberts, Holy Orders. Now, this is an example of the words. Force-fed, shifted, tin can, turn around. It's like, come on, man. It seems like it's going to be somewhat interesting of a song. The instrumental parts are really good. West Germany is the next song. It's funky music. The vocals are not as awkward, but I don't know. The phrasing is not great. I think the vocal phrasing a lot of times on this album, it's either not that good or it's just simple da 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 da, and I don't know, not very interesting. Okay, I lost my time, lost my place. Politics of Time. It's verging on a throwaway song. Now, the next 3 songs themselves, really like it. The next one, Please Don't Be Gentle. It's very short, kind of hectic, but it's great. And then the 8th song, Nothing Indeed, another really good song. So the side starts off kind of meandering, but there's 3 great songs right there in the middle. Then you got the 9th song, No Exchange. It starts out great, but again, repetitive phrasing kind of brings the song down. The 10th song is There Ain't Shit on TV Tonight. This Ain't No Picnic. I guess There Ain't No Shit Tonight is a decent song. The last 2 songs I liked. This Ain't No Picnic and Spillage. Now, at this point, I'm thinking this album probably shouldn't have made my top 20. I should have included the Susie and the Banshees album instead. Now, let's go to the fourth side Shaft. First song, entitled Song for Latin America. Pretty good song. The second song, Jesus and Tequila. Very strong song. Followed by June 16th, a very good instrumental. The 4th song, Storm in My House, another good song. And then you got 2 short songs, Martin's Story and 8 Talking About Love. Now, when I mean short songs, I mean seconds. The first one is a throwaway. The second one is good. Then you got Dr. Wu. Then you got Little Man with a Gun in His Hand. Now, Little Woo's a good song. The Little Man with a Gun in His Hand, it starts out good, And the song builds and it gets better and better and better as it goes along. So far, this side's pretty good. Then you got the 9th song, The World According to Nouns. Very good. Then you got the 10th song, Last Love Dance, maybe? It's a cool instrumental. And then after that, I think the last 2 songs on side 4, are good song, good, decent songs. Side 4 is, I think, the best side of the album. And because of that side, this does get included in my top. If I redid the top 20, this would be included. I had it at number 12. I think it would drop back to maybe a 18 or 19 on the list, to be quite frank. Now, the comments that this album is complete garbage, or that the Minutemen are as genius as the Beatles, both those comments are over the top. I mean, that's all I can say about that. Now, claims of this record being cutting edge, I think are kind of overblown. The songs are short, often jagged, but rarely do they go where no one else has ever been. You know what I mean? It's not like they're really covering new territory that's, wow, I've never heard this before. Now, I'm saying this, I saw the Minutemen live in concert at the Anti-Club, little small club, and they were fantastic. But a double album, I don't know. Now, the drums on this, the bass and drums on this are really good. The drums, they're even in, they verge into jazz drumming quite often, to be quite frank. Now, the guitar is very distinctive, but I wouldn't say it's great guitar work on this album, to be quite frank. And the vocals, maybe the weakest part of the album. Now, this album may not be as great as its reputation would have you think, but it is a good album, and it's a good album that, quite frankly, I won't return to very often, So that's my deep dive into the Minutemen, double nickels on the dime. I hope this wasn't too boring. Take care, everybody. Oh, that squeaky chair sound. That's why I don't sit on my videos.